Hello everyone. So in this video, we are going to exploit this particular server, a Linux machine, on which there are HTTP methods enabled. So HTTP methods are get, post, put, delete, options, head, trace, etc. So this particular server has all the methods enabled, and we are going to exploit one of the method, that is put method. So as you can see, I'm onto this server right now. We are going to take help of Nmap as well as Metasploit to exploit this. So as you can see over here, I have used MSF Venom to create a reverse shell payload. So as you can see, it is MSF Venom -p PHP /meterpreter /reverse TCP. -p stands for payload that I want to create, and I want to create the payload for PHP. And that particular payload is a reverse TCP payload. And the reverse connection should come onto the attacker's machine, which is this particular Linux machine. And the IP address is this. As you can see, it is written into the L host. Next, the L port you have to specify through which port the connection should come to the attacker's machine. So I have chosen a port which is 4444, then -F, and I want the raw format output. So you can see the payload has been successfully generated. So we can save this payload into a particular file, and we can utilize that particular payload and upload that onto the server to get the reverse connection. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to make a new file in which I'm going to upload this payload. Okay, as you can see, I have created a new file called as Nmap RCE.php, and I'm going to put that particular payload inside this file. As you can see, I have already pasted the payload. Now I will come back. So you can see the file is ready. Our payload is ready to be sent onto the server. So let's quickly do it manually first. So just go and inspect and go in network. After you go into the network tab and you will reload the browser, you can see all the requests that are happening between the client and the server. So let us catch the first request, that is 200 OK status code, which is showing. Let us click on edit and resend. Once you click in edit and resend, you can see here the new request is showing the method. In this method, you can modify the method you want. So let's say we want to put something onto the particular server. So we are going to use the method that is put. Remember, put method is used to put something onto the particular server, to create something. So let's say we are going to create a file called as udemy1.txt. All right, we have given the name, but we need to give some data also. So we are going to give that data into the request body of this particular request. So we have given the name in the request headers, that is udemy1.txt. In the request body, we are going to give the data that we want to be saved into that particular file, and we are writing this works. Let us see if this particular data gets saved into the new file, which is udemy1.txt. I will just hit send, and you can see over here the status code is 201. So this particular status code means the file has been successfully created on the server. Perfect. So we have created our file onto the server. Let's verify it. So let's refresh this and try to find our file. As I can see, my file is over here. When I click on that file, I can see the content inside that file as well, which means put is enabled and we are able to put a file onto the server. All right, now instead of putting a txt file, let us try to put our malicious reverse shell payload that we have generated right now using MSF Venom. So for that, we are going to use Nmap. What you can do is, there is a NAC script in Nmap which is http-put. So I'm going to use this script. So you have to give the IP address in place of IP address. So I will just give the server's IP address. All right, this is the server's IP address. Next is the script that we are going to use. The NAC script is http-put. Along with this script, we are going to use the script arguments. In the script arguments, we are going to give the put URL where we want to put the file onto the server. So we want to put the file at /dev/udemy-rce.php. So the file name that we have decided is udemy-rce.php. All right. Now http-put.file. This is the local path of your system of the attacker's computer where the file is there. So as you can see, the file is in root nmap and the file name is udemy-rce.php. As it is shown over here, I have written the command present working directory and the file is in root/nmap folder. So basically you have to give two things. First is where you want to put by giving http-put.url, and http-put.file is the local file into your computer, and this is the remote file at the server. Perfect. So now we are going to paste the command over here and we are going to hit enter. So you may see an error first time, no problem. Just run that command again and you will see that the file was successfully created, which means our job has done and we are able to create a file onto the particular server. As you can see, this status or this success message which confirms the file has been created. Let's confirm it manually. Is the file created? And you can see the file has been successfully uploaded. The file name is udemy-rce.php. All right. So before clicking that file and executing our reverse shell, we have not yet started our listener. So we have to first start our listener where we will get the reverse connection. So let's quickly go to a new tab and let's start our reverse listener wherein we are going to get the connection from the victim machine to the attacker machine. Okay, so for starting the listener, you have to type msf console and hit enter. We will wait for msf console to start successfully and then we are going to set up quickly our listener for the reverse connection, and then we can interact with the victim machine and you can send any commands that you want. Basically, you have the full access and control over to that machine. So as you can see, now MSF Metasploit framework has started. The console has started. Now you just have to type use exploit / multi-handler because we want to use the exploit and we want to handle multiple connections at once. After that, you have to set the payload. Remember, here you have to type the same thing, the same payload that you did set while making the payload using MSF Venom. Okay, so the same thing. So php/meterpreter /reverse TCP. We used this while making the payload in MSF Venom as well. After you have set this, let's quickly set the lhost. Lhost is nothing but the attacker's IP address where we are going to get the reverse connection. Let's quickly set up the L port as well. You have to set the L port. Remember, this should be same as you have set in the payload while making the payload. Okay, so you can see the reverse connection has successfully started. Now let's go back to the application and click on that particular file that we have uploaded, which contains our malicious payload. So once I click this file, we should get a reverse connection onto the attacker's machine. Perfect. We have opened a connection. As you can see over here, session 1 is opened from this particular machine, which is 192.168.43.213. This is the attacker's machine, and we have got a connection from 43.92. That is the victim's machine. Okay, so let's interact with the session quickly, and then we are going to send some of the commands on that particular machine. To interact with the session, you have to type the command that is sessions-i and the session number that has been opened. So here I can see the first session has opened, so I will type 1 and hit enter. And then you will see you are into the Metasploit window. Now let's type ls and you can see all the files which are listed onto the server. As you can see, we uploaded udemy1.txt. So let us try to delete that file. So let me do rm, which is for remove udemy1.txt, and hit enter. Well, let's verify this file is removed or not. You can see for now the file is there. Let us try to reload it. Or let me click that file and let's see what happens. Once I click this file, you can see file not found. As you can see the error message, the requested URL /dev/udemy1.txt was not found on the server, which means the file is not there and has been successfully deleted. Okay, so this was the demonstration. We can do a lot of commands and we can do a lot of things onto the server right now, as you have the complete access. Okay, you can just type help and you can see a couple of commands that you can execute onto this particular server. You can upload more files, you can download files, you can take screenshots and do a lot of stuff. So this is it for this video. I hope you guys understood how you can exploit HTTP methods and get complete access of the particular server. Thank you.